President Trump just called Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and asked him to come to the White House basically as soon as possible. Political speak for, we need you here right now. This comes as Israel prepares for another massive regional confrontation with Hezbollah, tensions with Syria build, and a serious warning is given to Iraq. Why on earth would President Trump be summoning Bibi to the White House right now of all times? It's not an easy thing for Bibi to drop everything at home and fly 6,000 miles across the ocean. It's not easy for Trump to carve out time for a face-to-face meeting like this. There's not any kind of a hostage deal on the line. There's not a major peace package being discussed at the moment. So what's really going on? Before we get into that, I want to take a look at this IDF raid in Shem, what they call Nablus today, massive Arab city at the foot of Har Bracha, the Mount of Blessing, where our Israel studio is located. Apparently, there was a Fatah-linked terrorist who was plotting some kind of a massive IED plot to blow up IDF vehicles somewhere in the near vicinity. And the Shin Bet, Israel's FBI service and undercover police, went into Shem, went into Nablus, the market in broad daylight, and caught this guy. A pretty bold move considering the atmosphere there. According to reports, the operation was a success, and the terrorist is now in custody. Guys, if you don't want to miss updates like this on what is actually happening in Israel and the Middle East, hit the like button under the video to get this out to more people, and hit the subscribe button to the channel if you have not already. So back to Bibi's coming trip to Washington. There are several major options on the table as to what this visit could be about. One of the primary reasons could be Israel's preparation for a possible new regional war. By all available evidence, Israel is gearing up for another massive confrontation with Hezbollah in Lebanon. Last week, they carried out a bold airstrike to take out Hezbollah's #2 military commander, leaving the strong possibility of retaliation on the table. And it's possible this strike was intended for that actual purpose, nudging Hezbollah towards making the first move in escalating the situation. The reason for Israel wanting to bring Hezbollah back to a state of war so that they can finish the job that they started already. Hezbollah still has thousands of rockets pointed at Israel and a massive network of infrastructure embedded on Israel's north. And increasingly, it's becoming more and more clear that the Lebanese government won't or can't follow through on their promise to dismantle Hezbollah for good. This leaves Israel to deal with the threat on their own, and to do so on their own terms and in their own timing is massively to their benefit. We'll get into more on this in a second, but first, guys, we've been selling the Temple Mount Mashiach patches for a while now, and they have been massively popular. It's a product we can hardly keep in stock, and for a while now, many of you have been asking for us to bring it to a pin format, and we have listened. We now have Temple Mount Mashiach pins available on our store in a green gold edition, also in a blue silver version. Go over to the IsraelGuys.store to order your pins today to show your support for the house of prayer, the place where God chose to put his name forever. I don't know how long these will last on the store. So right after watching this video, go over to the IsraelGuys.com/store or the IsraelGuys.store. Click the link in the description below to pick up your copy today. So Israel may be headed back to war with Hezbollah, something President Trump is probably planning to discuss with Bibi, and soon. Many are speculating that the IDF were waiting for an attack like this on Hezbollah for after the Pope made his visit to the country, and that visit ended today. The Pope wrapped up his visit just a few hours ago and took off from Lebanese soil. And on top of all of this, there's also what's happening in Syria. The United States has been trying to foster a relationship with former ISIS leader Ahmed al-Sharaa, now the new leader in Syria, after the takeover from Assad. Recently, he was invited to Washington to discuss relations with the U.S., and he seems to be building trust, for good or bad. Following an operation last week Israel carried out in Syria, President Trump just issued this statement on Truth Social. He said, "The United States is very satisfied with the results displayed through hard work and determination in the country of Syria." Then a little later on in the post, he said, "It's very important that Israel maintain a strong and true dialogue with Syria, and that nothing takes place that will interfere with Syria's evolution into a prosperous state." And then on top of what's happening with Syria, U.S. envoy Tom Barak just warned Iraq not to involve itself in Israel's war with Hezbollah. He said the country may face Israeli strikes if they or Iranian militias operating there assist Hezbollah, another prelude to what might be coming with Lebanon. Basically, Israel's Northern Command has been issuing warnings for a while now of a buildup of Iranian forces in Iraq, and there's a real danger of them launching a wave of missiles and drones at Israel if Israel operates against Hezbollah again on a broader scale in the near future. And the U.S. is giving Iraq a clear warning. No funny business will be tolerated. So I'm sure all of this is up for discussion during Bibi's visit, as well as maybe last-minute Abraham Accord talks with the Saudis. That one might be speculation, but you never know. Thankfully, if Israel does go back to active war with Hezbollah and neighboring countries, their missile defense system is about to get an upgrade. Not only is the U.S. accelerating the production of Iron Dome missiles, but the Iron Beam is about to be deployed for active duty for the first time across the country. The Iron Beam, for those of you who don't know, is Israel's massive laser defense system. It basically uses highly advanced laser technology to burn projectiles out of the sky at a much cheaper rate than the Iron Dome. We're talking like $2 to $3 per shot instead of the like $50,000 to $100,000 that the Iron Dome uses per shot. Last year, Israel used a prototype of the system to shoot down some 40 Hezbollah drones during the war, but that was primarily for testing purposes. And as of the end of December, this month right now, the plan is to have a full series of batteries set up around the country to supplement Iron Dome usage. Basically, when the setup is complete, the Iron Beam should be able to shoot down most closer range rockets, missiles, and drones fired into the country. It will still work alongside the Iron Dome and the Arrow systems, but the hope is that it can, in the near future, carry the heavy lifting of Israel's air defense, making it much cheaper and more sustainable. It also means that the general public's everyday life may get disturbed much less during an air attack, as the Iron Beam can possibly shoot down threats as fast as they are detected, making air raid sirens only needed when an occasional missile slips through the air defense system. Massively cool stuff there. Guys, if you'd like to support our work here at the Israel Guys, to join our awesome members program, you can head over to theisraelguys.com/donate or click the link in the description below. If you're watching here on YouTube, don't hesitate to like this video, to share it with a friend. If you're on podcasts, leave us a 5-star review. It helps get these episodes into the hands of more people. As always, thanks for watching.